frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. For you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. For you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know.
Cool. Right, guys, man, let's get started, or we're going to run out of time.
Like a more formal key party. If you don't know what a key party is, Google it.
Family friendly. We discussed this.
Okay, so let's get going. So we've got game one, Phallic Strike versus Mendaps. I've made a terrible mistake of covering. So we can see the deck list, but the stream can't. Double Gateway, double Null Siphon, double Dark Wave. So this is massive mutation. Triple Infernus coming from Mendaps.
Those horrible decks. How many exhumes?
I can go back, but I don't think I signed it.
Wow, that's unusual. So I mean, I still do like my single Infernus triple exhume deck. It's not great, but it's fun.
But if it gets purged, you're a bit trouble. Yeah. So at the start of this, we had people jumping in to watch the game, and I had to remind them that this is closed. This is open hands, so they weren't allowed in. So both players got very strong start hands, shoulder armor with a hit and a capture. Cleansing Wave not really going to do anything early on.
To just be clear, which one's the Final Swindles, at the top or bottom?
Final Swindles are at the top, I believe, and Mendaps is part of Tubular Timehogs. This was recorded literally like 7 days ago. Hey! The Phallic Strike. Phallic Strike is Tubular Mendaps is part of the team of your team is in Jupiter. If I remember that correctly.
What's that? Sorry.
Jupiter's Dream. I'm pretty sure Mendaps is the captain of the Tubular Timehogs. Yes, there we go.
Right, cool.
We can see Commander Chan drop down.
Yeah, that's interesting first time, but I'm not sure what else I would have done with that hand.
Well, yeah, you can't really drop down the Squire because you lose the capture ability.
Yeah, I mean, I would have mulliganed probably, but did he? So I missed it. Did he mulligan or not?
He did mulligan. That's why he's drawn the Pharaoh Centaurian.
Cool. So then we come down to here. Now it's going to be Shadow's turn to get the artifact out.
Yeah, drops a safe place. Very strong. Dark Wave does do extra damage, which means that the Cleansing Wave is going to get a little bit of value. Vandalize gets to look at the top cards of the deck.
Brett, just to interrupt here, can you increase the resolution of what you're sending me?
No, it's
okay. That's fine.
Unless I pay for Discord Nitro, which I'm not going to do. So if someone wants to donate Discord Nitro to me, I'll be more than happy with that.
You and I are going to find a better way of doing the desktop streaming because I can see the pictures. I can't even read the text today.
No, yeah, it's and that's more down to my quality seems a little bit off.
That's fine.
I can't read the text even today.
All right, cool. So we've got Infernus come back into the hand.
Commander Chan was bounced back to the hand with Tempting Offer, so that's quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the Cleansing Wave.
Well, there's nothing really to use it for yet, and I know I would have got rid of it, but this is one of those things you always seem to disagree with me about. So, but the Axiom and the what's the name of the capture is going to be interesting. All right, so
Axiom withdraw and Pharaoh withdraw. The God of Arm was discarded with the Vandalize and Neo Siphon gets the amber but doesn't get the draw ability. Dropping Munchley. Oh no. Just plays the Neo Siphon. Very interesting.
So now I wouldn't have done suppose he gets the cards out, but I don't know, do you then waste the action to get the extra draw? No, you
I
possibly
hold the
keep it.
action, which is why I'd probably discarded the cleansing wave
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah,
The citizen streak's coming down very nice because you can get that warded.
yeah. Then we come into.
It's got to be gateway here.
I can't think of anything else.
Gateway with damage and a capture. You hate to see the capture, but you love to see the
Well,
damage reward.
Yeah, and then you do the Infernus to get 2 out,
Exactly.
get the pips off him.
Well, not always pips, as we saw in the TCO tournament on Saturday. Sometimes it's better to go for your opponent's recursion targets, especially if your opponent's running monuments or anything that has graveyard recursion. So gets rid of shoulder.
You're right.
Yeah, gets rid of shoulder armor and citizen Strix. Because if
Makes
there is
sense.
a monument to Strix in there, you disable that power of being able to steal.
Definitely.
Gets the second Infernus, an Essence Scale. Dimension Door looking pretty sad here. Quintina Flux, Commander Chan, and a Survey.
Interesting.
Discards, Corso Primus. Senator Baracus in hand.
So at this point, if I was the active player, I'd be playing Dished with the Infernus and the get the artifact down because there's nothing else worth doing in the current position.
You're a key ahead. You've got the Infernus, which means that you can do some
Get
damage
2 amber off
and
him.
get that Essence Scale down, because that Essence Scale is going to enable the house cheating, which is what you want.
Exactly. So then you go through. I take up 2 with pips on the opponent's hand at this point, just getting down to 1, and not a lot gone through, but it's a few things.
Well, you've got Survey. You've got does damage. Oh, the damage is coming down, which means Cleansing Wave is going to get value. Purges.
What?
Purges God of Arm and Survey. God of Arm is very good because if the opponent does get through the deck, you don't want them having that artifact removal.
Artifact. Yeah.
Again, Neurosiphon coming at a really bad time. Unless his opponent gets really far ahead.
Unlikely with that hand.
Actually, we're aggressive to get rid of 1 creature.
But he gets the draw from it, so... I mean, it's the issue that he's just got to get cards out of his hand, so he's going to play Senator Baracus now as well.
Should we get Senator Baracus? Doesn't exalt the creature, but Senator Baracus is very strong in this set, given how capture heavy it is. And
yeah,
getting a double Squire deck with Senator Baracus, that is nasty. Dimension Door to capture. Neurosiphon gets draw a Dark Wave. Standardized testing with a damage pip and a daughter with a damage pip.
Oh. I've never seen so many damage pips on deck for ages.
It's very nice. If there's a Malficorn in the disc, that'll be very strong. Cleanse Wave to heal up. Gets 2. Play Secret Truth. Play Squire. Not quite check. Chance of Hubris. Dark Amber Vault in Saurian. Very, very nice. And a Glupkus. Standardized testing gets rid of Squire and the Dinosaurus. Yep. Plays daughter, doesn't damage. Ooh, goes for extra damage. So you know your opponent's use Cleanser Wave, so you can get away. And wants to take out Baracus.
Yeah, Baracus always has to go. It's like he's basically the witch with dinosaurs.
Now, when this first came up, I was like, why hasn't Crucible sorted the cards correctly? But no, that is a low ghost Grim Reminder.
Really?
Yep. And
what does Grim Reminder do again? Just remind me.
Grim Reminder is a rise, but for the archive.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah. So Grim Reminder with a triple Infernus deck, however. This is gonna be very strong. You've got opposition research to stop your opponent from reaping next turn.
I mean, yeah, I don't see how. I mean,
Falk Spectre has got another Citizen Strix. Has got the Dark Amber Vault, which
oh, that's going to turn it around. So it's definitely going to be a dinosaur turn, Sauron turn.
Exactly. Gets Kronos down. Kronos, one of the best creatures this set. I absolutely love.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
Archives.
And he's got his counterpart there as well. So that means he can't fight or reap if he gets those shit down? No, I'm getting mixed up with the cards.
Yeah, he's played the Grim Reminder, which allows him to archive all the discs, which means both Infernuses are back in the archive. Gateway
Oh.
comes back. Waking Nightmare. This is just so oppressive for Mendaps. Phallic Strike is going to steal one. He is going to be able to move that Amber as well onto one of the other creatures. And Dark Amber Vault's going to allow him to draw and make that Citizen Strix a 5-power creature. You then use the Chant of Hubris to move it over. And yeah, this is just.
I mean, this is...
No, there is a Maul in hand. Maul is one of those really rare cards that people not quite sure how to play around.
Remind us the card, man. What's it say?
This creature gains, your opponent may use Amber on this creature to forge a key. So it's the anti-ideal from Worlds Collide, where you basically you can forge this, like your opponent can forge. So you put that on Citizen Strix. For each one it steals, you're pretty much sat there. Old Bruno's going to take Phallic Strike off the key. Dark Wave will do some serious damage, but it would make you lose your own daughter. And then you also got Gamgee, which is going to be huge. You could always safe place the daughter, protect it from the Dark Wave, have it ready to be played in the next few turns.
I don't know. Again, you know me. I like to get the cards cycled, so I'll get daughter out to cycle the cards quicker. But you don't know.
Oh no, because it's in your archive, so you're still drawing the same amount.
True.
It's one of the best things about a more archive-heavy play from these recursions rather than to the hand.
That's true.
Mendaps, trying to think what to do here. There is an argument for just going this and going Gateway, letting your opponent get to 9, but then playing the 2 Inferni, Infernices, Infernus. I'm going to go with Inferni. I like Inferni.
Infernus is. No,
yeah.
Inferni, yeah.
You play the 2 Inferni, you get them back down, you play Waking Nightmare, and before that, you use Essence Skill to Reap. That gets you on 5 and your opponent with 0 creatures and still not having their first key. And that looks like Mendaps has the same idea. Who calls this?
Yeah. Gateway, get rid of all the problem.
Oh no, you Essence Scale first.
Yeah. Oh, even better, yeah.
Doesn't matter what you sacrifice because you're going to be able to. You're just going to board wipe anyway.
Yeah. Then do the Reap. Or whatever you want to factor in.
Sacrificing the daughter with Essence Scale has got to be signaling that you're about to blow up the board.
Yeah.
Infernus, get rid of Chance of Hubris, and another pip.
So have you watched this game already, or will you watch this game live, or?
I watched bits and bobs of it live, but I don't really pay that much attention because I like to have the initial shock like the same as you.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So gets his opponent down to 7, then gets. So Chance of Hubris, Subdue, Breaky, and Neurosiphon have all been taken out. So for that second Infernus, he went for his own archives
to get 2 pips.
Get the extra 2 pips. A Shadow of This in hand. Shadow of This is such a good card.
As I gotta teach you, man, you gotta tell us what the cards do because I can remember half the cards, but I can't read the words.
So Shadow of This basically means that every creature on your opponent's side of the board, it has blank text, and that includes ones they play as well. So we saw a Potion of Vulnerability come down with 1 damage to Infernus, then a Mighty Lance which took both of them out, and then a Champion Anafel. Old Bruno's come down to keep North Key, Gamgee, and we saw Dark Wave and a Maul on Champion Anafel just to get the pip. There's the third Infernus. Got Dynamic Charge as well, which has got one of my favourites, flavor texts. Infomorph in hand, but we've got the third Infernus, Implosion, a Shadow of This. In Phallic Strike, we got Blasting Shield, 2 Commander Chans, a Crewman, which is the Steel, if it's not got a Starlight creature, a Cronus Prime, and the Shoulder Armor. So if Phallic Strike could get a board state to stick, they could have some serious control aspects, but they just can't seem to get a board to stay down.
I mean, he's got so many wipes. He's got every trick in the book to get rid of the board state. I mean, it doesn't even feel like there's that many in it, but...
Blasting Shield comes out, Phallic Strike gets to 4, puts the Blasting Shield on the Crewman Journ, which means that, and it's next to Taunt, so it should be fine if it wasn't for this Implosion, but Shadow of this is going to get rid of that Steel ability anyway.
Yeah, and it's just forged the key as well, so Mendaz has got the key.
Phallic Strike has got a City State Interest, Burning Glare, another Potion of Vulnerability, and a Shoulder Armor, as well as a Stunner. To play Shadow Disc. So that, as soon as the Shadow Disc was played, you can see that Champion Alpha will move back because it lost its taunt.
Yep.
Mendip's going through their own graveyard again because Phallic Strike just has run out of pips.
Yeah.
Just wait to see what they actually come out here.
Okay, so with Implosion, do you then just chuck the Infernus into...
Waking Nightmare and Tempting Offer, so went for their own discard.
Makes sense, games down to 2.
And then you Implosion your own Infernus?
Yeah, into the Crewman Jug on the left.
You don't want that Steel sticking on. Left for Logica,
Oh, I would have done that, but that doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do.
I think at this point, Mendips is just trying to get as quickly as he can.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
3 Amber for Mendips. We've got Infamorph for a draw. Left Logica, which is going to draw through, but there's only 3 cards left in deck. Kind of nuts. And Infamorph with a Capture. But yeah, this is
game.
complete control
Fair
from
enough.
Mendips.
Yeah. The chucking's... Trying to what I'd do next turn if I was him.
Yeah. Now this has got to be a mistake. Potion Mobility, then uses Champion NFL to fight Bruno, but Bruno has elusive. So it's a bit of a waste there. Plays another Potion of Mobility, drops the Shoulder Armor, goes to 5. If he'd have just reaped instead with Channel Infel, he'd been sitting on 6, getting ready to forge that first key. That City State Interest is going to be very interesting. That is, Phallic Strike coming up saying that he forgot about the elusive on old Bruno.
Yeah, we've all made that mistake regularly. The difference in real world is easy to take back. In online, it's a bit harder. And you don't have to allow.
Now, if it comes to genuine mistakes like picking the wrong house, that's more understandable. If you make a misplay like attacking an elusive creature, that's a bit more hazy.
Face to face, I'd allow it. Online, I probably wouldn't. But just because it's face to face, it's easy enough to take back.
Gets the red penny off
like
Infamorph. Dynamic charge. Just a little bit of damage, nothing major.
Makes sense though. Just cycle the amber now. It was only on 5 though.
Plays left Logica. There was no disc left in there was no logos left in the deck. That is a sad, grim reminder because there's no discard pile now.
Give it. I don't think it'll just get rid of. It just won't be there anymore because it's got be a shadow turn.
Yes, it'll be a shadow's turn. But do you see the combination here?
I can barely see the cards, man.
But so Rad Penny enters play.
Yep.
Steal 1. Safe house. Archive a card from your battlefield.
Yep.
So you there we go. The penny drops. The Rad Penny drops.
Rad Penny drops. You are such a good at these dad jokes, man. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
So what we've got?
We've got a
6 or 8 amber. 7 amber to
7 amber to 1 because the City State Interest came down, which meant Luz got captured. But there's Red Penny. Red Penny gets 2. Plays the Venom on Commander Chan.
Yep.
And then Safe House is the Red Penny. Spike Trap comes down. A Spike Trap with a Dark Wave. Infernus, Dark Minion. There's some really...
Final Strike gets his first key. Well fought, to be fair.
Yeah, and every key matters in this event.
Yeah, as we were saying at the start, this group especially is so close that every key will matter.
Now, there is an argument next time for going Logos and archiving the old Bruno, but it's not the greatest to play. It does look Felix has got a lot of delay tactics. He's got the Squire, got the Essential Chief Garcia, has just been able to capture 5 Amber thanks to the state interest. Lots of delay tactics.
I mean, at the moment, I'd say it has to be a Star Alliance turn, surely, for Final Strike.
Well, yeah, it definitely has to be a Star Alliance turn, but it's whether you use that Commander Chan that will die.
I wouldn't, but...
I would, but... I'd use the flank Commander Chan first, to use Primus, to reap, to move the Amber off that Chan onto Infomorph, and then I'd either reap or fight with that Infomorph, or I'd get rid of that Amber that's on Champion Amberfell because it's got the mole on it. And you don't want to give your opponent the ability to get cheaper keys to your capture.
Not at all. So that's Star Alliance call. We knew what was coming. So which way does he do this?
Pops the potion of vulnerability so that the Venom won't actually do any damage.
That would also work, yeah.
Oh, that is 4 head plays. Reaps the Primus, reaps the Chan, takes the Amber from NFL, puts it onto Infomorph. Very nicely done.
What else we got
Chan,
coming?
fights Chan into Infomorph.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Get the Amber.
Reaps with Lycosaurus. Gets to 5. Plays Garcia. Plays Sigma. Plays Survey. Plays Stunner. Plays Survey. And sits there on good 7 Amber.
What's the survey do? I just don't remember the card.
Survey is look at the top 3 cards in your library.
Oh, wow.
I think it's look at the top 2 cards, discard 1, add 1 into your hand.
Perfect at this point. A bit of foresight. I mean, he's brought the game back.
Holds Garcia.
Oh, ooh.
No worries, Jupiter. No worries.
It's not the holding the Garcia. It's the Sorin he's just got up there as well.
Gets Strix back. Gets another Primus. Gets Axiom ready to go. Uses Spike Trap.
Makes sense.
But Spike Trap isn't able to kill thanks to the Dark Amber Vault keeping the mutants alive.
Yeah.
Play Shadow Abyss. Shadow Abyss is going to be the problem here. So, drew Shadow Abyss off playing the Dark Minion. Now, Shadow Abyss affects the cards in your opponent's hand. So, Citizen Strix doesn't capture, doesn't steal. Garcia doesn't increase card cost. Squire doesn't capture. And we have no capture on board.
And he's on 6.
Oh. That Shadow of This was clutch there.
That. Nicely done.
That is absolute. That Shadow of This is going to be so heartbreaking for Phallic Strike.
That was such an awesome comeback that nearly came back. He just, I feel bad for the guy.
The Infernus comes down to get them off the second key, and then the Shadow of This, and you can see from how long Phallic Strike is taking with this turn, the heartbreak of knowing that every card in his hand is absolutely useless.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Shadow Disc, could have been useful. Well, not all of them, but enough of them. Does it wipe out pips as well, Shadow Disc?
No, it makes the text blank. So the play effects don't work. And yeah, the Squire could have kept him off this turn. Citizen Strix would have kept him off this turn. Garcia, playing Garcia here would have kept him off the key. Would have then allowed you to reap with. You'd have kept him off the key, and you'd have reaped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures.
Yeah.
Or you could have gone with the steel one, and then reaped with 2, moved Amber over to Infernus, ready to beat it up next turn. There's just so much absolute madness that could have got away with that turn. Yeah,
clock.
Phallic Strike is thinking, and he's just hoping. I think he's hoping that it doesn't apply to cards in hand. I think he's frantically Googling if Shadow of Dis applies to cards in hand. Phallic Strike was on one hell of a comeback, but unfortunately that comeback has been cut short.
Yeah.
And Phallic Strike is saying it there. Shadow of Dis might be the thing that has done it, and it really is. Looking at the hand, that could have Phallic Strike could have delayed for a few more turns.
Well, the speed he was getting Amber at that point as well. Yeah, I mean,
Definitely could have come back from this. But Shadow of Dis is just turned the game on its head. Oh, good job, Jupiter. 100 on your thesis. That's really good.
wow.
I assume that's really good.
I assume it's 100 out of 100 because I can't think what else it would be.
100 out of 1,000 just to mess with people's heads.
100 out of 75. You're officially a master. My wife is well, she wouldn't be far behind you. But she stopped at the bar.
There's no steal from the Citizens Drakes. And yeah.
That's it. That's all we got.
The only hope is if he plays Axiom and he draws City State Interest.
But surely that text will still be.
No. Plays Axiom, draws Feral Centaurian. No, because Shadow Dis only applies to creatures, not to Axiom.
Oh, that's true. Yep, that's true. Yep. Centaurian comes down.
Plays Feral Centaurian, doesn't draw City State Interest. That's the only one that's on there. Oh, that is.
That's unfortunate. And that's 3 keys. That's the game done.
3 keys to 1.
That should have been a much closer game.
Why do I have 5 more minutes recording here? No, I'm out.
Well, while you line up the next one, man, and then quickly grab a drink. But yeah, keep talking.
I imagine it is a lot of work. My friend up in Leeds, my friend up in the Leeds area has got his master's in photography, and it took him ages to get it himself. But you've worked hard, and you've been doing it. Well, you've been doing it the entire time I know you, man. You've been working very hard, and I'm really glad that's worked out for you. And now we're moving on to your game. So we have Keyforge Premier League Jupiter versus Darkside 77. This was recorded yesterday, and it's using the new system that I was working on yesterday. So what will happen here is the grey bar you see at the bottom at the moment will shift between the active player, making it easier to track who the active player is. And you can see it's a lot neater with the fact that the background is no longer chopped up. You can clearly see it. The only issue is it looks like someone shot the screen because it's the bullet holes in the Archon cards.
Oh, that's good, man. I like it.
I'm going to try and fix it, but I do like the fact that the grey bar shifts between the active players.
No, that's good.
It was Jupiter. It really was a tough matchup for you. You both of you played really well, and let's not give any spoilers away for the outcome. Right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go. I'm not eating at all.
So we see Jupiter with the Gonguzel, Exhume, Schuler, Broadham, Redeemed, Abed, the Grim, and Dana. And we see Darkside with double red alerts. Yeah, that's an instant.
I see one red alert. I'm mulligan. This is not worth it. 1 second.
Wild Wormhole, Memory Chip, Library of Farkas, Spartosaurus, Laserland, and Extra Train. Laserland would be my first turn. It adds an extra card to your hand, and you get to organize the top of your deck for the next upcoming turns. I know, Jupiter. I'm just saying for future reference, in case you're going in that. No spoilers. Jupiter goes for the mulligan as well. Gets Dana, Nature's Call, Root the Mark, Doorstep to Heaven, which was very sad to see in an open hand, and Protect the Weak, which will give Root the Mark more armor, which is always better for its ability.
Mm-hmm.
Darkside starts with a Memory Chip.
That makes sense given the hand he had.
So if you see now, it's gone to Jupiter, and the grey bar has jumped with Jupiter. So we knew he was the active player, which I think is really goddamn cool. Double Exhume, Amber Imp, God of Arm. What? Did you just wild wormhole here? This is why I'd have started off with the laser line. Ghost Logos, Archives, Spatosaurus, Wild Wormhole into Reality Gleam. Gets a Quincan. Now, Quincan early could be very good. Allowing you to establish that early steal. Century Chief Garcia. And now Jupiter has got one of the nastiest combos in AoA. Nature's Call and Glimmer.
Oh, no. That's just mean.
So you play Glimmer, get some else back, play Nature's Call, bounce the Glimmer, and bounce to your opponent's creatures. It's not a complete lockout, but it is annoying for a few good turns. It slows down your opponent's cycling capabilities, and it's just such a pain. So we're going to see Queen can come down here, which is going to allow for a bit of steal options. Garcia increasing key cost. It does limit your turns as well. Exactly. Glimmer, Nature's Call, if you can get it early enough, is absolutely beautiful, especially with a small board state, because it means that your opponent isn't able to deal with it as well. Plays Red Alert, plays Xeno Train, captures 2. I'm just moving the board around. Plays Unlock Gateway. Very nicely done. This is so Jupiter is setting up the combo here by getting rid of the board. I mean, his opponent will only be able to play a few creatures, maximum of 6 if they were lucky enough to get a big board, but you can kind of tell they won't. It means that he's going to have that, going to be able to get down on the board. He's going to be able to get Glimmer, and it's also threatening the first key at 7.
Already? Jesus. Turn 4. First key threat from Jupiter. Sorry. I was
doesn't grab the Spatosaurus from the archives. Very interesting.
Well, at the point, what would be the point right now?
True.
I mean,
yeah, the deck seems really good. And like I said, a little bit, plays Glimmer, use Glimmer to get back Unlock Gateway, immediately threatens that he can wipe the board anytime he feels like. And then everywhere just to get the Amber. Nature's Call, bounce everything back.
Yep.
Oh, with the double exhumes, Nature's Call, Glimmer, Unlock Gateways, I can see this deck having lots of options and sort of being like a Rubik's Cube of gameplay.
Well, I'd say that's what all the good decks are.
Yeah.
And it's should be your deck should be the Rubik's Cube for the opponent. Are they trying to work out what the hell your deck is doing?
Jupiter giving a little bit of a spoiler, saying that the main line, that one of the good lines of the deck is Heart of the Forest, which it is. It's a really nice toolbox, and it's got a bit of everything. The Dharma comes down, Dusk Witch in hand, which means that not only has his opponent got to deal with the Glimmer combo, but then has to deal with that Dusk Witch, which means Glimmer will come in ready next time.
Oh, man.
So it starts archiving the Saurian, wants to build up to a big turn of this.
Well, yeah, but we know for well Dusk Witch isn't going to be there. Dusk Witch, which is all future creatures coming ready, will not be there the following time. It's a witch. You see the word witch, you kill it. A bit like Senator, really.
But do you just want to are you telling me that Darkseid is going to Axiom just to get rid of a Dusk Witch?
Honestly, I probably would, because I'm an idiot. But the point being is Dusk Witch is that bigger a threat. If you don't know what the opponent has in the hand, I mean, on the other hand, Dusk Witch being down means those board states not going to work.
Wants to keep this Dusk Witch alive because he's bounced 3 creatures from Darkseid, stops the combo, but it is showing that the Dusk Witch has to be taken out with a board wipe or with an action card, cannot be killed in combat this turn. Also, docks up Darkseid's hand. Look at this. No matter what Darkseid picks this turn, the only way he's drawing a card at the end is off Daughter.
Yeah.
So he has to go Logos if he wants to draw extra cards, keep cycling. But that leaves.
I mean,
Dust
he
Witch
has
live.
got memory trip as well, so he does cycle a little bit with memory trip.
But that's why he has to go into Logos. But if you look at Logos, unless he gets very lucky off this Telltale Vapors.
Oh, he won't. He's buggered. Sorry,
Yeah.
pardon my French. He's yeah.
Do you tribute onto the daughter, then actively risk it to ward it, keeping it alive? Also, we're seeing Jupiter is on 5 amber here, threatening the second key before Darkseid's even got the first.
I think I would accept that the Dusk Witch is going to be live a little longer and do a Logos turn.
I know from experience that if you let a Dusk Witch live, even for a turn, it can be devastating to a game.
But do you Axiom at this point? Then at least then there'll be more of a board presence there than going Axiom, and you'll better chance of keeping the tribute alive. But you don't know what your opponent has, so it's generally worth assuming your opponent's got half creatures in their hands. They've got 3 creatures, which in this case they do.
Yeah, so that.
But
So
and
that.
as long as the Dusk Witch is there, you're going to be able to keep board state. It's not in the board white while Dusk Witch is in
No,
play.
but you're looking at your opponent being a key ahead of you, 5 amber.
Yeah.
If your opponent
No,
plays
you're
3
right.
creatures, that's 3. That's another 5 amber. Move 5 minutes forward. Oh yeah, this is where Darkseid was having a bit of connection issue. I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit. Okay.
So the TCO is significantly better.
It is. I think this was just Darkseid's connection. Jupiter was tested to see if I was still there. Make sure I didn't disconnect. Does tribute onto the daughter, so we can assume Axiom is coming. Doesn't exalt the tribute though. Just wants to take the 2. Uses library to take 1 off daughter. Plays Draco, but again leaves Spartosaurus and other dinos in the archives.
Do you think people got there, or is just strategizing to play them later? I mean,
well, no,
again,
because we see them as we see them as cards face down, but Darkseid will be seen as cards face up.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I mean, the question is he just seeing it as a building for a strategy later, or is the combo here that involves Spartosaurus that I missed in his deck?
Unlikely, because it's not like the Raptor that can spiral. It's not like Sinosaurus Rex with spiral kind of combination.
No.
So if you're Darkseid, just go straight into Saurian. Gets the extra amber off daughter. Let's take it. Yes, but got Spartosaurus now. I think they just kind of flow it. Now, Draco with Spartosaurus seems quite interesting here because never mind. So what happened there is he played Spartosaurus, he ran Draco into Obeyed, which wiped out every non-dinosaur creature, which meant that daughter popped the ward, but all of Jupiter's creatures are gone.
Makes sense.
Jupiter just drops Heart of the Forest, discards key charge, and passes.
Interesting time to play it, but I'm not sure when else you would.
Well, I imagine with the fact that Jupiter only has 1 creature in hand and has the unlock gateway, he's hoping that Darkseid will overextend his board, so then he can unlock gateway and destroy the board.
No, that will make sense.
Having Hysteria and unlock gateway at the same time is a bit annoying.
Nature of the beast.
The Reaps gets to 1. Jupiter's still firmly ahead in amber. Yeah, so Jupiter's saying it's a trap. He wants him to load up all the Saurians he can, so he can Hysteria them back and get the amber back. But that's not what happened. Discards the unlock gateway, but the hand is now polluted again. Darkseid is just not drawing. Do you blow up the memory chip here? Because you don't. Yeah. So Jupiter is trying to slow down Darkseid's cycling of his deck as much as he can. The constant polluting of the hand and slowing it down, Jupiter is able to catch up, almost get through his deck at the same speed as Darkseid. But his information exchange is still 1. The amber is sort of evening out. Academy training. You put that Titan Guardian, so lots of draw power. Now, Anita, the play shield. Discard shield of justice doesn't play it to get the amber.
Curious.
That is very curious. Oh, Jupiter's trying to limit his amber here.
Yeah.
He
Of
doesn't
course.
want to forge the second key.
Because he rushes to a head, the heart of the forest gets in the way. Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Jupiter's looking to get a turn where he can get loads of amber in a single turn, and then forge and then key charge. Makes sense. Hello, Keyforge Alchemist. Welcome.
Good to see you back, man.
Jupiter is in a very strong position here, thanks to Heart of the Forest. Even if Darkseid forges, he has to forge Jupiter to forge if he intends to win. Because there's still a good 40 minutes on here, and that's why Jupiter, during Darkseid's disconnect, was asking about how the time would be affected by the disconnect, because Jupiter is more than happy to go to time here.
But it's good on him to check as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
so again, Jupiter not reaping. I know you never go to time, but as the time gets closer, you're not going to be as worried as your opponent is. So persistent hunting, save the pack, Mama Swarm. Yeah, I can't remember the big elephant's name.
Ellie.
Dustip's going to be an issue. Misery Exploit is going to be an issue. Roxadora, thank you, Jupiter.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah, this is a question. Yep, we've got Jupiter playing on the top and Darkseid playing on the bottom. This is pre-recorded, Keyforge. Keyforge Alchemist, so don't worry. Jupiter's not watching it live, telling us what's going on. These are all pre-recorded games.
Well, he's watching it live. He's just not playing it live at the same time. We can't have someone commentating their own game. To be fair, that would be a bit.
So Reap for Babbling Bimberfowl to draw 2. Reap for Time Guardian to draw 1. Yeah, this is just something we've been doing for KOTE 6. We've been jumping into certain. We're asking teams if they want their games recording, and then we're commentating over them on the Mondays.
Yeah. May move to Tuesdays in the future.
Yeah.
Just because this is my weekly gameplay, and I'd like to actually play Keyforge at some point.
I'd like to come down to Board Game in the City and get some games for myself.
And I'd like to give you the mat of yours I have upstairs, so I get out of my house.
Yeah.
So.
And I need to get some money off John and give him his Prime mat.
Some people win primes properly. Some people do it properly.
This is a top 4 mat. I've got like 3 of them. It's fine. Right. So Jupiter's hand is very quickly filling up with this, but doesn't want to get. You don't really want to gain the amber here.
Just wait for the right time to tip it. So.
But look at Darkseid's hand. He just keeps going logos, filling up the hand, waiting for the time that Jupiter forges that second key.
I mean, they're both waiting for the thing to just pip. Someone's got to break it, and the way this is going.
Darkseid here could be playing very methodically. He has.
I'd say they both are, to be honest.
Yeah, they are. They're both playing very, very. They're playing their cards very close to their chest.
Which is, with a plain open hand online, that's pretty impressive. Taking your analogy a little too literal, I appreciate.
No, that's fine. It's the bad jokes are with it.
Yeah, it's why we got our 3 subs. So if you do have an Amazon Prime account, you can sub us for the month for free, and that will go towards us getting to the point of paying our artists.
It takes really. If you have got Amazon Prime, you don't have to use it here. Use it anywhere. Just take the money away from Amazon and give it back to content creators. Thank you, Jupiter. The emotes are still pending. It's really annoying. But we don't beg for money.
Not yet. Give it a few more days.
Plays Garcia's Blaster. Garcia's Blaster allows to steal. Play Stomp. Destroys Obeyed. So Darkseid's sat on 9. So Jupiter cannot forge. Thanks, Jupiter. We'll be happy to support you back in any if you need any support. But you seem to have everything pretty much in hand on your side. Plays Gangoozle to destroy Garcia. Plays Shield to steal one. Jupiter playing fast and loose with the Amber Toll.
Well, you need to get back up there now to get the next.
But you also need to have the ability to get that extra 7 Amber.
Yeah.
Got another Stomp. Spiral. Power Guardian. Auxiliary. Darkseid's board's getting very much out of control here. Jupiter are probably hoping to get hold of.
I'll go for Logo's turn. I'll go for Logo's turn this time. To get the Wild Wormhole and the Puzzleton Bolt, you don't really put any more creatures down because it's not going to benefit you particularly at Red Alert's points.
Yeah, Amber doesn't benefit you at all. Not with Heart of the Forest.
That is true, but it puts you on a pressure that the other guy's got to. Hasn't Jupiter got any key cheats in his deck?
Yeah, he's got Key Charge.
Ooh, well, it's not in his hand yet, but yeah, okay, point taken.
This is what Jupiter is probably looking to do here is going to damage Roxadora, damage Mama Swarm, and then build it to the point of let his opponent build up a lot of Amber on his creatures, and then using Dama to generate a lot of Amber, uses the creatures to reap, and just get himself to where he forges, and the next turn he just creates 7 Amber out of nowhere and wins the game.
Yeah.
Play Stomp, destroys Daughter, use the Spartosaurus, destroys it. But if
destroy everything.
But it allowed Darkseid to draw 2 cards from Titan Guardian, and the Amber that was put on Titan Guardian went back to Jupiter, forcing Jupiter to forge.
That's a very nice play.
Darkseid gets to 9, which means Obeyed is not going to be of any use here. Exhume isn't going to do anything.
I don't see how Jupiter can save this one now.
Both players
don't play Tribute. Whatever you do, don't play Tribute now.
Obeyed gets to 6, gets him down to 7. I need to the trader.
Yeah, it's not nothing.
Hit the week, and that is unfortunately it.
Oh man, Jupiter, you had that game all the way through until the end. That's so unfortunate.
The stomps that exalted creatures onto that allowed it to exalt creatures.
I haven't seen that played against Heart of the Forest. It makes sense. I've never seen it used.
That's how I play against Heart of the Forest. Whenever I know it's Heart of the Forest, I use my Soul Snatcher decks.
Yep.
Because Soul Snatcher can give you opponent Amber as well, and they've got to play even more carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get key charge back. You didn't get much of your Untamed back that you could actually use, and your opponent didn't capture a load for you to keep stuck. Yeah.
Well, I guess everything that's a need is the point is you need for the Forge, as Brett was saying. So it's 2-0, so I'm fairly sure this is going to be a 3-0 round.
No.
Oh, it's not.
Jupiter is part of Tubular Timehogs. Tubular Timehogs won game 1 and they lost game 2.
Ah, my mistake.
So
I thought Jupiter was inside. 1-1. I'm sorry, Jupiter.
If it's ever a 2-1, I'll always play make it so that the third game's decisive.
Cool. Right. Awesome. So you've got my attention back. I've dealt with the thing I had to deal with silently on the side. So I won't pretend to do my day job while doing the stream.
So we got Mike Funny of the Tubular Timehogs on the bottom. And we've got Shaku of the Final Swindle Omega on the top.
So this was a double too much protect, which is fairly unusual. Apart from that, lights out, a couple of mimicries. I do love double mimicry decks.
Yeah, so we're looking at the AOA for Final Swindle Alpha, and we've got World's Collide for Mike Fun. But as you can see, a double mimicry, Nepenthe Seed, Amberspire Mongol, Witch of the Wilds, double too much to protect, Tesmo, Pit Lord, just lots of amber generation, lots of control as well.
Let's see how it goes.
And then on the other side, I should do it. X
There we go.
Peters, Meaningless Adopt, Interdimensional
Couple of-
Graft, Axiom 6 Semper with double Tribute, double Harbinger of Doom, double
Yeah.
Edai, just lots of doubles.
They're always the best decks, or always full of doubles or triples.
And this is an EE on the Fringes deck where his opponent is playing this. That is instant extra value for EE on the Fringes.
Oh, I just remind us the E on the fringes, the exact wording.
So EE on the Fringes is discard a discard from your hand. You may purge a discard from a graveyard. So if your opponent's playing this, you can purge their Infernus, you can purge their Sins, you can just purge their discard until they have no dis left.
And the
Lots of
screeching
fun,
sound of the Infernus being purged, it always sounds sweet. Even if it's
Every
right.
time an Infernus is purged from a discard, as long as they're not playing the Universal Library,
Universal Recycle Bin.
Universal Recycle Bin, as long as they're not playing Universal Recycle Bin, if you purge an Infernus from your opponent's graveyard, somewhere a child will laugh. And it's most likely my son, because I'll tell him about it and then tickle him.
That's just mean. That's not a real laugh. That's a parental abuse laugh. It's similar. But...
Oh,
so starting hands are wow. I don't. Well, if I was the guy at the top, I'm not trying to pronounce his name. I would mulligan that one.
Shaku definitely needs to mulligan that. No creatures. Shadow Disc. Pull the Week's quite good, but Exhume. And we see a mulligan at the bottom into Plasmate, Twin Bolt Emission.
That's a turn
Vapor's
2 hand.
Daughter. That is a disgusting hand.
That's a turn 2 hand though, not turn 1.
Yeah, but you turn
maybe
one
turn
daughter,
3.
draw a card.
Yeah, you
Draw
you're right,
cards,
but
boom.
but there's other things you'd rather have for the first hand.
Shaku kept the hand.
So Jupiter say this bottom deck is a 90 sashes,
Oof.
90 sas ish.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Given that actually the swap we just went
Sashes
through,
and
I'm not
everything.
surprised.
My little 68 AOA that could has been taken down to 70s in the Asian group and almost beat the 84 6-sin deck. I came so close. It's really annoying. Doesn't play Twin Bolt. Doesn't play Plasmate. Very interesting. Oh no.
So why would you play them? I mean,
Oh no, did play them. He was archiving off Telltale Vapors. Why would you play Titan Guardian first though? That's what I don't get.
maybe a misplay. But
Has got Tribute and 6 Simper together.
oh god.
If he can put 2 creatures, and he's got a Phallic Strike, so he can Phallic Strike, exalt it onto Titan Guardian, then Tribute onto Titan Guardian, exalt it, 6 Simper it. No, that's nasty.
Okay, they have got Witch of the Wilds down for the opponent, so that looks a little bit better. But
It's alright because he's got an Axiom, which means he can ward the Titan Guardian, and then 6 Simper it to keep it on the board and destroy Witch of the Wilds.
Oh
God! And this is where I made a mistake, and I accidentally put my taskbar up over Mike's goddamn scar.
for the rest of the game.
No. I think out until after the first key, because I'm an idiot.
Okay. I know it, man. We all make mistakes.
And I had
You less than
I had
most.
no way of fixing it in post.
I'd be to be honest, if you fixed that in post, I would be damn impressed.
A wizard did it. A Phallic Strike, no tribute. Then you Phallic Strike, just to mess with them. Yep. And then Exalt can get extra ammo on the board.
Yep.
What's that? 4. Yep, 4 amber on the Titan Guardian. Then you 6 Emperor. Mike is on 8. And Shaku is on 0.
So Shaku's probably going to do the too much. No, he's going to do.
No, you're going to go for Charette to capture the
Charette,
extra.
yeah, it has to be Charette, yeah. No, he's not. It's still the shadows.
Ooh, you could have gotten more out of it there. Gets to Shocker, puts Long Diffuse Minds out. That's not a bad play. That's definitely not a bad shout. Pain Reaction, Dust Pimp, Charette, and
Imp.
Shadowless. I'm not going to put Dust Pimp on this stream. It's a family-friendly
Good.
stream, but Dust Pimp is one of my favourite creations I've ever made. So it has the interdimensional graph and the cutthroat research, which is a bit of a shame to have them together. The second Too Much to Protect has come down.
A bit early, she's a little bit later.
Captures one with Shrek, plays Dust Pimp. Plays Shadow Disc to remove the taunt, which doesn't make much difference here. Yes, Rudy, I can hide the toolbar, but this is a pre-recorded game. That was the problem. I couldn't fix it in post. So as soon as I noticed it, I got rid of the toolbar, but for some reason the toolbar decided to pop up. No, Dave, this is Hearthstone. It's gone through some major updates that makes it look like a lot like a dead game that people were talking about. So we've got Mimicry. Mimicry's going to be quite interesting. Mimicry on a 6 Simper could be quite interesting here.
It's just the endless possibilities.
I love Mimicry, and it's the fact that it's exempt from
That's
the rule
awesome.
of 6. The fact that Mimicry is exempt from the rule of 6 makes me happy.
I did not realise that as exempt from the rule of skills, actually.
Yeah, because it becomes the copy, so you can play. So say you were able
Of course
to
it does,
keep
yeah.
get it
No,
back.
makes sense.
You can play
Yeah.
each of your opponent's actions in their discard 6 times.
Harsh.
It's good if your opponent ever discards a library access. But you're purging your mimicries, which isn't good. No worries, Verundi. And hello, Verundi. Dave, thanks for joining us here.
Monday night, KOTE commentating, or KOTE commentating.
Reapout are here for blood. You can see in their group that they're here to win this time.
And good luck to them.
Yeah.
We've always been upset that we've never seen them in the top. So
but no one's gonna make it easy for them. Everyone's here for blood.
I'm not. I'm here to make friends.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
why
not
I'm
playing.
Technicality, I suppose.
Uses Shred to fight Titan Guardian. Uses long diffuse minds to get rid of the Titan Guardian, allowing Minecraft Fun to draw extra cards. What do you do with the Dust Pimp here?
What do you always do with a Dust Pimp?
He fights with the Dust Pimp. Oh, the Pimp comes to get him, and he just slaps him away.
Imp.
That's what I'm saying, right? I'm saying Dust Pimp.
Imp.
Yeah, I'm saying what you're saying. Dust Pimp.
Imp.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Imp. Right, sorry for anyone else listening to this. Brett will share his image, but
I
he's been
won't
told
share.
not.
I won't share my image.
But it's not. Yeah, you will never share your image.
If you want to see the Dust Pimp image, join the Keyforge key posting group. I put it in there. That is where we go to. Essentially, it's where people go to make fun of each other, which is quite fun.
It's the internet. Awesome.
But I know Dave and the other admins like to keep the main Keyforge group family friendly, especially after the Unfathomable incident. So most people keep all their not safe for work and potentially risky images, and we put it in the key posting group.
That makes sense.
Anyway, let's get back to what we're actually here to do.
Make tea.
Spill the tea.
So I've just linked my Amazon account to my Twitch account to try and work out how I can sub, and I'm technically inept at it.
So we've got a Whistling Darts come down from Dave Scoot. Too Much to Protect, steals 1. So we've got Chiku sitting on 7. I do Jupiter. I like to make, once inspiration hits me for what a card should look like, I do love to do little bits of edits to them, like I did for Keyforge Coffee Break and stuff. You go for the zoom here if you might. But I guess you go for interdimensional graph just to get the 1, but it doesn't make much of a difference.
Well, you get one off the card as well. So I mean, with card research.
Play Too Much to Protect to steal 1, but the steal didn't happen because Odak's still down. The fact that Graft has come late for Mike is huge. Because graft is give, not steal, and mimicry would have loved that card.
Oh god, yeah.
Mike's thinking he's a key ahead. Can he keep his opponent off the key? He can if he exhumes a capture card and uses Lilithful to reap, I guess. Yeah, it's really interesting. Plays come for research just to gain the one. Plays into my graph to get the second. Evil Eye, E on the fringes, Festering Touch, Exhume, Harbinger Doom, and an E-Die in hand. The one of 2 E-Dies, not the one of 5 that is currently in the Reapout lineup.
Oh, not another one of those. Oh no, yeah, that's the deck I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's the same one, but Dave's not playing it, and that's what got me. Because I looked up Dave, I was like, is he playing it? No. Cminion subscribe with Prime.
I thought I should once I finally worked out where the button was.
If we get to 15, we get more emotes, which will then take take longer by Twitch to approve.
Hey, as long as Prime Gaming isn't a monthly fee, I'm good.
No. As long as you're an Amazon Prime user, you get 1 sub that you can use each month.
Cool.
And it's taking money away from Amazon and giving it to content creators. Whether it be us, Mortiverse, Keyforge Coffee Break, the KPL. I don't know if Reapout have a streaming service. You've also got TTR. And I think Aurora streams from time to time as well. Plays the Pepsi, plays Santa Dylan. What do you mimicry here?
I've no idea. I'm trying to remember what's in the discard.
Plays mimicry game. Using it for Gleeful Mayhem. Yeah, that's very nice. Gets it back up to 6.
6, yeah.
Little do we know little does Shaku know it makes no difference. Because EE is just gonna wreck that. You have a Miasma, just going at Little Nif, Redlock. That is a beautiful Shadow Stone.
Yeah, just terrible if you're playing against the opponent's hand right now.
Little Nif is one of the best AOA cards, but I feel like it doesn't belong in Shadows. I think it should have been a sneaky Brobnar card, like a Brobnar Elf.
I'm half expecting to start seeing cards that are like we already have with Agent's Fingers of switch between houses.
Of course, Mike definitely has to go this here. You play EE, and then you just discard everything else. No, plays Harbinger. Then sacks the Harbinger to blow up the board.
I'm going to ask a stupid question here.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't get that. I mean, maybe I'm missing.
You play around things like Key Charge or Mimicry, or just basically destroy your opponent's board.
Yeah, okay.
Discards Festering Touch, purges his opponent's charrette, does not want Mimicries or Exhume. Plays Evil Eye, plays Exhume. Uses Exhume to bring back Odak to capture 1. Which means he can't be stolen from. And look at double E-Die in hand to Google and Professor Ludo, Prefection Ludo.
It's got the game. Let's see how it gets around that.
Plays Miasm. The Little Nif. You have to put Duskwin on a Redlock, which is a real shame. Unless you hold it and put it on Little Nif next turn. But the main issue is here, Odak prevents the steal.
Yep. And even then, could he steal enough? I don't think he could.
You have to find a way of dealing with that Odak. I think the Little Nif has to be dropped here, but I think he's popping in the Pep Seed first, which to me seems like a mistake. So popping the Pep Seed first, I guess. He's thinking his opponent might have an Infernus or something to get rid of the Miasma. But popping the FMC first reduces the amount of cards you're drawing. So it seems a bit. Plays Harbinger, has 4 creatures on the board and 8 amber. This is an Obsidian Forge win.
Yeah.
And I love it. Yes! Finally, an Obsidian Forge win.
You've not seen one before?
I've
I've lost way more than once to Obsidian Forges.
but not on stream. I don't think we've seen one on the stream yet.
That's fair. Yeah, we've seen Forges, but not wins. That's definitely true. Well, that was great. So that's 2-1 to the Time Hop Tubers.
So
I got to pronounce the right team.
yeah, the Tubular Timehogs beat the Final Swindle Omega. Give a 2-1. Very nicely done. He wins with it often. Yeah, I imagine he does. So if we go,
well played and a good tag. Yeah.
If we go over to the scoreboard, that puts the Tubular Timehogs in joint for second place.
Second place with 4 other teams. So we've got a couple of minutes now. So just to bring this up to the few of you watching, or the many of you watching now, is currently in the Untamed House, any of the top 6 teams can go through to the top final.
So the way
we are going to have multiple top cups still, but just to go through how we're doing this, is whichever team is top gets an automatically place in the finals A, in the top finals. Second and third will have a playoff with second and third from a different team, a different group, sorry. And then the loser of that and the 4th player will come to a finals B bracket, and then so on. That will repeat down. So there'll be multiple playoffs for different finals brackets. But at the moment, this group is just sort of going, wow. I mean, it is half the teams are still in it.
Jupiter's saying he has 3 wins. So it might be something with a code there.
Let me check.
The Tubular Timehogs
have got 5 wins. You can't put it like that. I've got to look behind the scenes. So yeah, you have 3 wins, and then
no, they should have won all 3 rounds of their game. They're saying.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, Jupiter, give me 5 minutes. Pin me on Discord, and we'll double check this.
We should have we've won 2-1, 2-1, and then 2-1 this time.
Okay, right. Let's end the stream here, man. Everyone, in 15 minutes, we'll be back live with the weekly draw. I just want to just check this result for Jupiter. I don't think this is a code. I think this is a submission issue. And then we'll get in to see what's going on.
Yeah, so,
all right. So,
hit Cminion up on Discord, Jupiter, and we'll get that set up before we do the route and pairings. It looks like there's been a misrecord somewhere. And yeah, Keyforge Alchemist. There's a few Soul Snatcher Obsidian Forge decks. I really want to get hold of one. Kieran from Team Exalted Balding has got an amazing one that was so much fun to watch. I'm going to end it here. Cminion will be back in roughly 15-13 minutes.
give or take.
Give or take. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back then.